The divorce papers arrived while I still bled from childbirth. Harold, my billionaire husband, tossed a paltry million at me, chump change to him, but the price of my dignity. As he rushed to his mistress Rachel's side, the headlines declared me the adulteress. Take care of Rachel, he ordered, and I obeyed like the penniless orphan I was, spoon-feeding his pregnant lover while my own premature daughter languished in the servants' quarters, her cries unanswered. The police call came as I cradled Amy's feverish body. Ms. Koss, your DNA matches the missing Kirtland princess. Harold's latest text flashed. Rachel wants breakfast in bed. My daughter Amy was born prematurely, so she was placed in an incubator the moment she came into the world. Right then, Harold's soul man handed me divorce papers that I had just made it back from the brink of death, and even the slightest movement tugged at the wound on my body. Now that I had been reborn on this very day, it was clear that fate was giving me a second chance to choose differently. Fine, I'll sign the divorce, but only after the birth certificate is issued. And I want compensation. Harold had actually prepared a whole speech to deal with my expected tears and drama. The moment he saw how calmly I accepted everything, he looked visibly relieved. Sure. $1 million. That should be enough, right? He was a man worth billions, yet that was all he was willing to give. $1 million. I clenched the bedsheet tightly. I knew it would be pointless even if I asked for more, so I nodded that he went off to get the paperwork done. Once I confirmed everything was in order, I signed my name. With the agreement in hand, Harold could not wait to rush off to Rachel Underwood. He did not even spare a glance at our child. Next door, the hospital room was bustling with celebration over a newborn. But in my room, there was no family, no parents, no husband. I had nothing. 2 days later, Amy was finally discharged from the incubator. I wrapped her up tightly, bundled myself as well, and prepared to go home. On the way, I got a call from a secretary. Ms. Koss, please remember to repost the group's press release. We hadn't filed the divorce at the courthouse yet, and already I was not worthy of the title Mrs. Soulman. To preserve Rachel's dignity, Harold had asked me to say the divorce was due to irreconcilable differences that I agreed without hesitation. Of course, since my phone was nearly dead, I planned to post it once I got home. As soon as I returned to the villa, I told the maids to shut all the windows, but no one answered me. Holding Amy, I walked to the nursery. That was when I overheard them whispering in the kitchen. Shameless, bringing back the kid she had with another man. Mr. Soulman was kind enough not to press charges, and she still has the nerve to come back and try to take a share of his fortune with her illegitimate child. I froze. Cold sweat seeped down my back beneath my thick coat. That I was supposed to be the victim of a broken relationship. When did that turn into me having an affair? What nonsense are you spouting? I pushed open the kitchen door. The maids who used to respectfully call me Mrs. Soulman lifted their heads, their eyes filled with contempt at Mrs. Wagner, the boldest one, even spat at my feet. Who's spouting nonsense? The company already put out an official statement. You cheated during the marriage. What, we're not even allowed to talk about it now. I ran back to my room. As soon as I plugged in my phone and turned it on, I saw the trending headline on social media. Mr. Soulman officially announces divorce. It read, due to infidelity on the part of Ms. Lily Koss during the marriage, Mr. Harold Soulman has filed for divorce. This serves as official notice that my mind went blank. A sharp pain split through my head. All to make Rachel's rise seem legitimate, Harold willingly destroyed my reputation. Just as I was about to post a clarification, my phone buzzed, nearly waking the sleeping Amy in my arms. That I answered quickly. On the other end, a police officer sounded excited. Ms. Koss, we got a lead from a trafficker. You were abducted from Kirtland. We've already contacted the Kirtland police and are cross-checking families who lost their children. You need to get there within 3 days for a DNA test. The heart that had been broken by Harold swelled with hope. Tears streamed down my face. Ever since I was kidnapped at the age of 5 and brought to the city, I had not known a single day of peace. That I thought marrying Harold was the start of a new life. Little did I know, I had only stepped into another kind of hell. At last, I got a chance to reunite with my biological parents, and my daughter would finally have a family who truly loved her. The moment I ended the call, I quickly packed a few clothes and turned toward the nursery to grab some baby essentials. Just as my hand gripped the doorknob, the front door of the villa swung open. Lily, who gave you permission to come in? Harold stood there, frowning, clearly annoyed. I just came to grab some clothes for the baby, I said calmly. That room is for Rachel's child now. If you want clothes, go buy your own. I carefully chose every item in that nursery for our daughter. He was giving it all to Rachel's baby. Even though that child had no blood ties to him at all. That I swallowed the disappointment and did not argue. However, Mrs. Wagner suddenly stepped forward, her face cold as she grabbed my arm and started dragging me outside. Mr. Soulman wants us to take care of Ms. Underwood. The pull on my stitches sent a sharp pain through me. I cried out. I just gave birth too. I need rest. Harold did not even look back. Exactly. That means you have experience. Enough with the nonsense. You've been doing hard labor since you were a kid. You're strong. You don't need all that recovery stuff. With that, he climbed into his Maybach, and I was shoved into a van headed to Rachel's place. When we arrived, Rachel was lying in bed, surrounded by nearly a dozen caretakers. She tried to sit up when she saw me, her voice sweet and gentle. Lily, you're here. Come in. Giving birth must have been hard on you. Harold helped her lie back down, his touch tender. He shot me a glance and sneered. She could run 10 kilometers with a broken leg. What's this to her?